Hello and welcome to the Tavern Chat Cast. It's another one of those, dare I say, experimental episodes, at least when it comes to recording. This time I'm recording directly using the iPad's recording ability. I'm not going through StreamYard. See if it cuts out the audio glitches and the freezing that we had in the prior test. Not using the external mic on this one. That'll probably be the next test, which could be tomorrow. Well, maybe not tomorrow. Got the live stream tomorrow. Ben Burns is our special guest with Bad Mike and myself. 8 p.m. Eastern on the Ten Cars Tavern YouTube channel. Come on, you don't want to miss it. Next week, I do believe we have somebody from a certain convention in the state of Wisconsin. Not a Gygax. Maybe I shouldn't say any more just yet. But it should be good. I'm looking forward to it. Talking about stuff that's looking good. Torchlight issue 1 is pretty much preliminarily laid out by Jeff Jones. It is currently awaiting editing. Once that comes back, Jeff will tweak the layout. We'll put it up on drive-thru. If you listen to this podcast, if you watch the vidcast, there'll be a discount code so you can get it for less than cover price. Maybe POD, print on demand, on this. Depends. I think the page count justifies it, but I'd have to do a proof copy just to be sure it meets my requirements and that we can do it for an affordable price. So, talking about print on demand and digest sized, there's something that I've been asked this numerous times by numerous people, and the most recent person asking me was James Spahn, but I've had others been asking me over the course of several years. Would I consider releasing Swords Wizardry Continual Light in digest form? And my response has always been, I would do it, but it has to be worthwhile making a change. It has to be something more than just, here's Swords Wizardry Continual Light in digest form. And I don't want to make a second edition because the rules aren't changing. Right? So second print, fine. So, it all started coming together last night. And I reached out to James Spahn. I gotta make sure because we got multiple Jameses that are going to be involved in this. So James Spahn is going to do a micro setting and an introductory adventure for Swords of Wizardry Continual Light, which will be included in the digest size version. We're kind of thinking of it like a, I don't know, mini B2 type of thing, and the idea that you can just take this with the rules and start your campaign. You got enough in the setting with the adventure and probably a few plot hooks to give yourself a couple of sessions of adventuring before you really have to dig too deep yourself. That's number one. Jeff Jones, who's been doing the layout for Torchlight. He did issue 0, he's doing issue 1. Jeff is on board. He will do the layout into digest size for Swords of Wizardry Continual Light. Locking down others. Mike Gross. He's been doing the editing for our projects. Mike has a busy plate, which is, I'm happy to hear. Mike is going to be on board. He'll be doing our editing and our proofing. Art. I have access to a lot of stock art, which is I guess a blessing, but it's also a blessing that Jeff and myself have to decide whether we want to go full color interior or black and white. And there's bonuses and oomph on about each way. And I know the classic OSR is to say black and white, but we've been having color releases coming out over the past couple of years, so I don't know. A lot of options. However, we have our cover artist, who will also be doing a new Swords and Wizardry Continual Light logo. And that's going to be James Shields. Now, you probably know James Shields because he did the cover to the original Swords and Wizardry Continual Light, but believe it or not, that's stock art. So, my idea was to reach out to James and say, James, I'd like you... I'm going to give James pretty much free reign when it comes to the cover. He knows what I had initially. I want that same kind of excitement, but I want James's artistic freedom to be in place. So, and the new logo, I gave him some ideas. We'll see how that comes out. So what else? I got a few other people. Reached out to somebody for the setting map. I've got somebody in mind for the map or maps for the adventure. It feels good. So, now the question becomes, when will this be happening? Well, it's not going to be happening for a couple of months. Okay, this has to fit into everybody's schedule. Mine is probably the easiest, but I already wrote what I'm pretty much going to be writing. I might add more, and that's what I'm going to be asking you all. We're not kickstarting this, all right? That's not the plan. However, I am putting this out there to the community. I'll put it up on the blog side later. What would you like to see? Besides this micro setting, besides the starting adventure, what else do you want to see? Some unique creatures, magic items. We don't have magic items really listed. We could do a short section for magic items. This is all possible. Okay, we're not going to change the level range. It's going to still be levels 1 through 7. The core rules are not changing. It's what additional stuff, what optional extras would you be interested in? Like I said, we have some time. We're probably looking at getting this in your hands, God willing, end of the summer. Beginning of August, September-ish. Okay, we don't have a hard date yet, but I think that's a pretty good thing to look to aim at. Price point. I won't know the price point, especially for the print, until I see what it's going to cost to POD it at drive-thru. I've never done a POD at drive-thru. So, but I can reach out to a few that have and get an idea, at least, I guess, the black and white. I don't know, again, we it's in flux. Do you want color? Do you want black and white? The cover is going to be color, guaranteed. But what do you want on the inside? Going color actually opened up more options, and we can use a higher grade paper, which is always nice, without you feeling you're paying for extra grade paper, which is color grade paper, but it's going to be a black and white interior. So, throwing that out to all of you. You can leave a comment below. You can leave a voicemail, 347-509-5168, 347-509-5168. If you're listening on Anchor, you can use the Anchor app to leave a voicemail. You can email tankcarstavern@gmail.com. So, we'll see how the quality of this video is, how the sound quality is, how easy it is for me to upload this onto YouTube just using the iPad. Fun times. Like I said, I want to know if I can leave my laptop home when I go to North Texas. Folks, we are still in the midst of the world of COVID. I ask you to use your common sense. You got to keep yourself healthy and safe before you can worry about keeping others healthy and safe. Be safe, be well. God bless. Roll those dice, roll them well. Knock on wood. I'll be back again tomorrow with Bad Mike, Ben Burns from New Comic Games, and it should be a lot of fun. Ben's a multiple award winner of the North Texas RPG Con 3 Councils Award. So, we got a notable personality. All right, folks. I shall be back again tomorrow. Laters.